Good morning. I am with you today, and I want to talk to you about something I've been reading. I've been doing a Bible study called Gideon, Your Weaknesses, God's Strengths, and it's by Priscilla Schreier. It's Gideon, see this? Priscilla Schreier, and it's really good. Um, so I want to share with you a little bit about what I've been reading about the threshing floor. How Gideon, just like Gideon, God calls us to do things. One way He can talk to us is in our doing our mundane task. Something like washing the dishes. It's mundane and everyday. Getting our kids ready for school, bathing or taking care of our dog. Gideon was at the threshing floor, threshing wheat. He had to thresh wheat in the winepress to keep it from the Midianites, because the Midianites would come and take all their sheep and their goats and their cattle and their donkeys and leave them with nothing to eat, because the Midianites were so cruel to the Israelites, because the Israelites did evil in the sight of the Lord. So the Lord handed Israel over to the Midianites. So they taunted them and bullied them for 7 years. And then when Israel cried out to the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon while he was at the threshing floor doing his mundane tasks. Now, when he was on the threshing floor, he threshed the wheat. He was threshing the wheat. And let me tell you about this process. Typically, the wheat harvest would be taken to an open air station called the threshing floor, where oxen would pull a heavy slab and trample it under their feet. This process yielded a better result in less time than threshing the wheat by hand. But Gideon had neither the luxury or taking his harvest to the threshing floor, nor the desire to attract the Midianites' attention by doing this threshing in public, because they would normally do it in public. But he didn't want to deal with the Midianites coming and stealing his food, so he did it in the wine press. And the wine press is a small enclosed space, and most likely using a small instrument called the flail. And the flail is 2 thick boards fused together, studded with sharp stone fragments on one side. So they would slowly knock the grain loose from the stalk. And normally the poor people use this method. So we can imagine Gideon hunched over, dedicated to his arduous task of a farmhand. His task was mundane and necessary for him, just like washing the dishes is for us. And the Lord appeared to Gideon, and he called him a mighty hero, just while he was threshing the floor, doing his mundane tasks, just like us. We're just like Gideon in some ways. Some of us are. We all do mundane tasks. We all wash our dishes somehow. We all take care of us. We all take a bath. We all take care of ourselves and comb our hair and brush our teeth. So those are some of the mundane tasks that we do. And threshing the floor is a mundane task that Gideon was doing. And the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and called him to deliver, to deliver the Israelites from the Midianites. And you can read all about that in Judges chapter 6 and 7. And I think even 8, even in chapter 8, Gideon is still doing the call of the Lord and killing folks. And he wasn't even that kind of type. He just was minding his business. He didn't think he was the type to go and do what God was calling him to do. But God, when he called him, he equipped him. Just like when God calls us, he equips us. And that's something for even me, because God is equipping me to talk and do these videos. I don't feel like I'm equipped. I don't feel like I'm qualified. But God qualifies us while we are doing what He tells us to do. While we're obeying Him, He qualifies us. He equips us. Thank you, Jesus. That is a good word. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I'm just so thankful to God, because I didn't know. I didn't know He wanted to speak to me through this. And God is just so good that He does that. And I just want to serve Him and share with the people Him, because we are living in a dark world right now. It's dark and people need the hope of Jesus. So I encourage you to hear the voice of the Lord in your mundane tasks. He may be speaking to you. He may speak to you through other people. He may speak to you while you're reading the Word. He may speak to you while you're, like Joyce Meyer says, making up your bed. That's what He did when He called her. He spoke to her while she was making up her bed. So open your ears and hear what God has to say to you today. I pray that He may surprise you. I pray that He'll show you great and mighty things that you can do in your mundane tasks, while you're doing your mundane tasks. I just want to share the word with you. I didn't know He had this in store for me. Such a beautiful God, such a wonderful God He is. I pray that you would have a blessed and lovely day. Goodbye.